basically, Pyoro's primary leak source is a Nintendo employee in Japan. The speculative theory is that he had access to Nintendo's web backend. With this direct, Nintendo might be getting wise. They didn't put everything on the website ahead of time. So, yeah. So this is the second leaker in as many weeks that has possibly gone down. So if you don't know, Pyoro has been a big time Nintendo leaker for a while, and the thing is, unlike a lot of Nintendo leakers, his were accurate. His were pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I can't think of anything off the top of my head that Pyoro was wrong on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's been pretty accurate with his leaks. I would say he's almost on like Kaka Riddler Q level. Okay, all right, because even they aren't like completely like undisputed leakers. You know what I'm saying? But he's not quite on that level as far as the accuracy of his leaks. But he's been pretty good though. So what it is he did an interview with Jason Schreier, and we all know I have a one-sided beef with Jason Schreier. I'm not quite sure he even knows who I am, but I started my second channel, and the content I do over there is because of Jason Schreier. Like the first time I really started doing like commentary content on video games was because of the Jason Schreier news story that he did on Jim Ryan, where he tried to paint him talking about like his dogs as him being misogynist or whatever, because he didn't want the company to get mired in discussions about the Roe v. Wade thing that was going on at the moment. So that's really where the Loot Box Hero content comes from. So you can thank Jason Schreier for that one. But so Pyoro did an interview with Jason Schreier, and in the interview he talked about his sources. And Jason Schreier, being a reporter, put that in his story. And now, I'm not a huge fan of, I don't hate Jason Schreier, but I'm not a huge fan of the way Jason Schreier does journalism sometimes. I feel like his journalism is kind of scummy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you about the Jim Ryan thing. I mean, he didn't really have to do that to that man. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, Pyoro is kind of dumb to tell him about his source. Like, any journalist will tell you not to tell your sources, especially if your source is inside of a company that is notorious for sending ninjas to end people's souls. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do this? But now, the thing is, when you're talking to reporters and journalists, there are things that are on the record and off the record. If they say this is off the record, that means that they're not recording this, which means that they're not going to talk about it in the story that they're making. All right, so if Jason Schreier would have said that this was off the record, or if he might have implied or made Pyoro feel what he was saying was off the record, because that's what I got from the way Pyoro said. Like, I didn't know he was going to use my responses. If he felt that what he was telling him was going to be off the record, then, I feel like this is a bit grimy. I don't know if that was really what happened and Pyoro just didn't, have a brain fart and just screw up his career, or, Jason Schreier did something slimy. I don't know, but it is what it is. Personally, I think that this is pretty crazy because Pyoro has locked his account. Allegedly, he deleted a lot of tweets. So, yeah, this could get somebody fired, because essentially what they said, what Pyoro said was that, his source was at Nintendo in Japan, and more than likely what they did was whenever Nintendo would do a Nintendo Direct or an event or an announcement or something, they would make the website ahead of time and then have the website like private or locked away, right? And so then once they do the announcement, they drop the website, so right after that you can go to the website and read information. Like, kind of like what I do with the Pokemon trailers, right? What I do with the Pokemon trailers is I react to the trailer, I break the trailer down or whatever, and then I take you guys to the website and I do a video reading the new updates from the website. So that's because the website is already pre-built and ready to go. They just don't make it live until after they do the announcement. So So somebody was basically reading what they put on those non-live websites before they dropped, and then leaking it to Pyoro, and then he would leak it to us through Twitter. So F's in the chat for your boy. He might be gone. So we move back to Pokemon news. We go back to Pokemon news. We have Umino Tommy with this interesting one. It says Mr.